You had enough yet? Is it affecting you yet? Has it touched you in a way that violates you in some way that makes you care enough? Does it affect your husband or wife or their job, your ability to support your kids, feed them, pay for that truck you didn't need, that swimming pool you got in the backyard, all the shit that you've worked for while being extorted in order to work for it. And it's all because of you. Everything you see happening right now, and everything that's going to come, because it's not over. Believe you me, it's not over. Is able to happen because when it first started happening to someone else, you looked the other way because it wasn't happening to you. You didn't care. You didn't care when it was just the felons and their guns. You didn't care, well, you wasn't alive, but when the Confederate States just wanted to govern themselves, didn't want the federal government ruling them. You didn't care when the government said that this person had to do something. And now, you're probably one of those people saying it has to do something. You know, our Constitution is a contract. This shit show masquerading as government has violated the terms of the contract multiple times. I mean, in our lifetime, the Constitution has never really played a part. They violate one part of it, they violate all of it, and especially the federal government with the War of Northern Aggression openly violated the Constitution, but the people were ignorant of what freedom is, which led us down this path. Really, it started before that. Really, the experiment failed almost immediately just because people don't understand what freedom is. And it's really simple. At its simplest form, freedom is the ability for me to do whatever I want, no matter what that is, as long as a direct line cannot be drawn to me violating someone else's rights or their property. What does that mean, freedom? Drinking and driving is a good example. Am I free to drink and drive? Yep. Forget about the laws. We're not talking about the laws right now. Freedom is the ability to get behind the wheel of the car, drinking and driving, and drive wherever I want. If I don't harm nobody, wasn't a crime committed. Now, if I get behind the wheel and hit somebody and kill them, then crime's obviously been committed. I don't know. People say, "Well, we can stop that from happening." Well, then you value safety above freedom. I don't. I value freedom above everything, even my life. If you live free in 2021 or even shit, when it was year 2000. 2001, 2002. In order to be free, you had to be what they call an outlaw. That's what they used to call them back in the old West days. Outlaws. You're an outlaw. We're a nation of laws. You must abide by those laws. Well, we are a nation of laws, but what that actually means is we are a nation of the people's laws against our government, not the government's laws against the people. And any law that doesn't coincide with natural law isn't a law at all. It doesn't coincide because the Constitution coincides with natural law. So if a law doesn't coincide with natural law or the Constitution, then it's just not a law. But when they enforce those laws with force, and no one is there to help you because they don't understand what freedom is, you then become the victim of oppression. You're forced. You're kidnapped. You're held. You're enslaved. Like we've talked about these things happening two years ago, even a year ago. People thought I was crazy when I said that it's coming. Like, we all see the writing on the wall. It's right there. We can see it. They gave us they showed us their damn recipe for it. And we just ignored it because it wasn't touching our souls in a way that bothered us. Is it now? And what are you going to do? Like, I'm not calling for violence. What I am calling for is for you to not ask, but demand to be left alone. And not only demand that you be left alone, but demand that everybody be left alone. Anybody who wants to be left alone, leave them alone. If somebody wants to be a slave, more power to them. Let them be a slave. I'm not that guy, though. I'm against slavery. Allegedly, there's a whole bunch of other people that are against slavery too, although they love being slaves, which really makes no sense to me. In a true constitutional representative republic, your experience with the government in your lifetime should be no more than a vote at best, if that's what you choose. No more than voting. If you don't choose to vote, then you shouldn't have any run-in with government at all. They have no control over your life. Not supposed to anyway, but they do. They've taken complete control of society to the point that they can tell you what to put in your body. Who has to do it, when they have to do it. And don't think that this is the end of it, because it's not. They haven't mandated it on everybody yet. Next it'll be anyone who has a job, if you're employed. Then when people continue to get sick, as I said earlier, then it'll be a mandate on everybody. They're going to mandate it to go to school. They're going to mandate it for homeschooling. They're going to mandate it for everything. Now, some people look at this as a bad thing. I kind of look at it as a good thing, because it does two things. Number one, it'll touch everybody. Whether you do it or not, it's going to touch you. Number two, it's going to finish weeding out the fake-triots. You know, the fake patriots. Plastic patriots. Oh man, plastic patriots. I mean, what y'all think was going to happen when you spent a year accusing one side of stealing something, and there's 76 million of you, and you did nothing about it but bitch and moan? And that's all that anybody ever does. They bitch and moan, they complain, they tell people to write letters. Here's what writing letters gets you, guys. This is what it gets you. This is what writing letters and begging does. I know, you wasn't begging. I know. You're just asking them to play nicely. I get it. You're begging. No matter how you say it, you're begging. But at what point is it enough? There's people saying that, well, the governor of my state said that they're not going to do it, thank God. What are you thanking God for? Because they're doing it to somebody. This don't change what's going on. Just because it doesn't affect you, pussy-ass coward. But until people start looking at it like that, until people start seeing that we all have to stand together, it's a non-winnable situation. It's another endless war. Except this time they won't be leaving behind $83 billion in weapons. Like, I'm disgusted. I mean, truly disgusted with what's going on. I'm even more disgusted because these people who have taken these positions of leadership in certain communities are not leading nothing. All they're doing is playing the game. That's it. They're still involved in the game. And as long as these people and these law-abiding citizens in these positions that they have claimed to be in, who do nothing but support the same shit they say they're against, are in those positions or looked at as though they're in those positions, it only gets worse. Because there's always an excuse. I had to feed my family. Well, I'm not a criminal. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Like, they don't even understand what that means. How are you going to talk about being a patriot when you say you're a law-abiding citizen? A law-abiding citizen is a slave who does as they're told. Like, literally, by definition, that's what it is. The government creates a law, You're a citizen. A citizen is a subject that has an allegiance to a specific government. Subject, slave. You're a slave who does what he's told. I don't remember any stories I've read about patriots being about slaves doing what they were told. Really just the opposite, in fact. There was a bunch of guys that had a lot to lose, at least the men who signed the paperwork, and they put everything on the line in order to create a country that could be free. And where they failed at, though, is that they didn't, or at least I haven't seen, they didn't create a document to explain to the people what they had to do or what freedom actually was. Because you think that people just know what freedom is, right? Well, they don't. People are stupid. But shit's getting real. Just keep, if your motivation and your goal is to live as free or be as free as you can for as long as you can, and you don't feel that way right now today, you better be making some changes in life. Don't know what to tell you to do. I'm not you. But, alone we lose. It's the name of the game. I've been saying for, a couple of years now that, people complain about socialism. I'm like, socialism? We're neck deep in communism. No, we're not. You want to have that argument now? Anybody? When the weak and unproductive have the majority vote in the illusion of a democracy, this is what you have. And it ends worse. It's going to end worse than this. This is just at the, it's going to get worse. Where you're going to be at when it does. You're going to be over there thinking somebody that your governor, that they told their cops to not enforce this on you as they enforce shit on everybody else around you. But because it doesn't affect you, you're cool with it? Or are you finally going to stand up for and do what's right so that your kids may have a chance to potentially be free? Where all you fake-triots at?